Good morning. Guess what day it is? It's February 7th, 2025. So a couple of things are going on today. It's Rose Day. So if you want to send somebody some flowers, make it roses. It's also Bubblegum Day. Now chewing gum has a history that spans as far back as the ancient Greeks, who chewed the resin from a mastic tree. But it wasn't until 1928 that Walter Dimer happened upon just the right gum recipe to make the very first bubble gum, a special type of chewing gum that allows the chewer to blow big pink bubbles. Dimer might have invented bubble gum, but he wasn't the first person who wanted to make gum bubbles. There were earlier attempts at making bubble gum in the late 1800s and early 1900s, but these bubble gums didn't sell well because they were considered either too wet or they broke apart before a bubble could be formed. Dimer gets the credit for inventing the first successful type of bubble gum. At the time, he was 23 years old and he was an accountant for Fleer Chewing Gum Company. And he experimented with new recipes in his spare time. He thought it was an accident when he hit upon a formula that was less sticky and more flexible than the other chewing gums. Then he actually lost the recipe, and it took him 4 months to figure it out again. So you might ask, why was bubblegum pink? And the reason was, that's the color he had available there at the factory. To test his new recipe, Dimer took 100 samples of the new gum to a nearby store, selling it for a penny apiece. It sold out in one day. And so the Fleer Chewing Gum Company decided to market his new gum as Double Bubble. People chew gum for a lot of different reasons. Some people just think it's fun. Some people see it as a stress reliever. And it adds to your oral health if it's sugar-free because it helps the saliva to flow. And they say that it may help some people who are ADHD because it is a stimulant. Now, when I started thinking about this, I looked up some of the ingredients. It has a gum base, some plasticizers, and some resins. But did you know that bubble gum has a material in it that's also used in inner tubes and basketballs? Wow, that's amazing. I love chewing gum. It makes me think of something in the Bible. God was concerned with every aspect of the lives of his people. He gave instructions to them about what they should and shouldn't eat or chew. Leviticus 11:1-7 says this. Now the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying to them, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, These are the animals which you may eat, among all the animals that are on the earth, among the animals which divide the hoof, having cloven hoofs and chewing the cud, that you may eat. Nevertheless, these you shall not eat among those that chew the cud, or those that have cloven hooves, the camel, because it chews the cud, but does not have cloven hooves, is unclean to you. The rock hyrax, because it chews the cud, but does not have cloven hooves, it's unclean to you. The hare, because it chews the cud, but does not have cloven hooves, it's unclean to you. And the swine, though it divides the hoof, having cloven hooves, yet does not chew the cud, is unclean to you. So, the Bible says these animals are clean, they could eat them, or they are unclean, they couldn't eat them. So in this particular passage, the two criteria were they had to have cloven hooves or split hooves, and they had to chew the cud. So you might think, what is cud? Cud is digested food that's returned from the stomach of the animal for a second round of chewing. It's a part of their digestive system, and it sounds nasty. So you know what? I don't know about you, but I think I'll stick to chewing gum.